This is Matthew Hatchett, a.k.a. Hatch, and you are now listening to the One Bar and Lupagus Show.
All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus Show. I'm Lupagus here with One Bar. Looks ready to go. He's excited. He's pumped. He did his morning stretches. Do a little yoga this morning?
No, yoga. If I did yoga, that would reek.
Wow, I bet it would. All right, this came up about a week ago, but something we have not yet addressed, and I think we should spend a little bit of time talking about this. Before we hop into it, though, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're sitting there right around that 300 mark. We want to go higher. We need to get higher so we can give away that beautiful sauce print. Hashtag sauce in the comments. All right.
And just to be clear, this sauce giveaway is lasting a little longer than we hoped, but we're sticking to our guns. 2,500 subs before we give that effer away.
Only thing it's going to do is just grow in value by the time we give it away. So
yeah, you're right. And right after that, we're going to do another giveaway. So let's get this one over with.
All right, let's hop into it. PFF came out with an article. They listed every team's worst draft mistake in the last 5 years. They listed Garrett Bradbury being the Vikings' worst draft mistake of the last 5 years. And let me just, before we get into this, I want to say one thing about PFF. Ever since they graded out Jack Taco with like a 90, in one of the worst preseason performances I've ever seen in my life, I've lost all respect, and I really don't give two shits about what they say. But this is interesting enough. I think we should at least talk about it. Here's the actual quote from the guy who wrote the article. He said, the Vikings selection of Bradbury has layers of mistakes packed into it. It torpedoed the career of Pat Elflein, whom they drafted the year prior, as he was far more suited for the center position. Bradbury also is more than likely going to continue to put them in that no man's land for years to come because he's good enough in the run game to not be replaced, but a liability in pass protection. Then he goes on to mention his grades of 41.4 and 38.8 in his first two seasons. And then he does point out that after Bradbury, Elgton Jenkins, and Eric McCoy were taken, who are two of the best interior linemen in the NFL. So a couple things to talk about here. First of all, do you see Garrett Bradbury as being the Vikings' worst draft mistake of the last 5 years?
No, I don't. And I got a lot of issues with this article. Mike Renner, who wrote this for PFF, he's actually pretty fantastic. I enjoy this guy quite a bit. He is a draft guru, and he is handsome to boot. But this one does surprise me quite a bit. I think there's quite a few holes in this. And maybe the fact that he was doing all 32 teams, he got a little tired when it came to the Vikings one. But this one, I mean, I could think of probably two other people that should hold this. I'm not saying Bradbury has been fantastic by any means, but I got a lot of holes to poke in this. So I don't want to give them all away.
Me.
Yeah, I'll poke you. Here, let me give you one. First off, he mentions who was drafted after him. Who gives a shit? That doesn't matter. You can play the what-if game on every draft pick ever. So that really doesn't matter to me one bit. It's true we should have probably took one of those guys, but that shouldn't be in the conversation.
Yeah, and you really look at who was valued there at 18. I mean, you go back and redraft this thing. I mean, maybe you look at Jeffrey Simmons. Other than that, I mean, there wasn't like any slam dunk pick that was considered a first-round pick that the Vikings should have gone with instead of Bradbury. So, yeah, I agree with you on that one. Another one, he blames Pat Elflein's failure on Garrett Bradbury coming to town. No, that's not right at all. Elflein was hurt. I think it was the injury, and then he's coming back, maybe losing confidence. That's what torpedoed Elflein's career. It was not the selection of Garrett Bradbury. Elflein had plenty of chances to go to guard. You know, and they could have flipped Bradbury to guard too, and they didn't try that. So to me, that has nothing to do with Bradbury at all.
Yeah, and Elflein, when you look at his PFF ratings before Bradbury was there, were dog shit anyways. Yeah, he played better than he had the last couple of years, but he was ranked one of the worst center guards anyways. So that again doesn't make any sense to bring up that argument.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too. I think we got to talk about on this is he's 2 years into his career, and I do think we've seen him take a step forward as far as pass protection goes. Yeah, he still had some bad moments. You see, like the Tennessee game's a great example where Vikings are trying to drive at the end of the game to win it, and Bradbury gets pushed all the way back into Kirk Cousins' lap, and you know he can't be doing that. But I do think his pass protection has taken a step forward. He's still a very good run blocker. So to go ahead and say this guy is the worst pick in the last 5 years when he got Mike Hughes from 2 years ago, and then also Laquon Treadwell in that time frame, it's to me is completely asinine.
Asinine, love that word. Yeah, I'm by no means am I going to sit here and say Garrett Bradbury has lived up to his draft pick. It's not even close. When you draft the center in round one, you better be damn good year one, not no progressive, gets a little bit better every year, especially him. He's a little old for his when he got drafted. I think he's already 25, 26, something like that. So you can say that that's definitely pick has not panned out. But yes, Laquon Treadwell is worse. Mike Hughes is worse. And to give Bradbury a little bit of love here, look who's playing next to him. He's had the worst guards in the league next to him. And sure, maybe he should overcome that. Maybe he should step up. The great players do that. But he's literally playing next to dog shit.
Oh my God. When I was little, I used to play with dog shit.
I bet you did.
Yeah, you know, and again, we're not making excuses for Bradbury. I think we're both on the same boat. Has he been disappointing so far? Yes, he has been disappointing, but it's still, I mean, let's look at this maybe a year from now. If it's the same situation with Bradbury getting overpowered in pass protection, then I think we have a little more of an argument to make here. Right now, this is way too early. And I think this guy, your boy, was Mike Renner. What'd you say his name was?
Renner. Mike Renner.
I think he's looking for clicks by putting something like this out there. So to me, I don't agree with this at all. But yeah, I will say that Bradbury has been a little disappointing.
Yes, and he will be 26 when the season starts next year, just to make sure we're good there. But how you can't make Treadwell this pick? I mean, that's a gimme. It's a gimme. I mean, Michael Thomas was there when we took Treadwell. You want to play that game like he played before? This is just doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, the one thing I guess he does have a bit of a point is when he says the Vikings are kind of stuck in that no man's land because he's good enough in run blocking, but not good enough in pass protection. Yeah, maybe there's some truth to that, but again, it's only year 2, so that's why I'm not super concerned. Again, if you said upgrade the guards next to him, then let's see how he fares. But yeah, I think this right now is just a reach.
Hogwash.
Complete and utter one bar and Lupagus seal of hogwash.
Hogwash.
It's the hogwash face. All right, that's it. That's Bradbury in a nutshell. We'll see. Hopefully he steps up and looks like the 18th overall pick next year. Becomes a complete player that we all want to see. I would love to see this. A male cheetah can make a female ovulate just by barking at her.